You just found me. What's my story? Let's try and go over it while I switch back from tiny cowboy to husband, father, dude just existing with no legs. This is kind of awkward. We just met and now I'm taking my pants off. Anyway, so I'm just a normal dude. I had a single vehicle car accident October 5th of 2013. I ran off the road for some reason, don't know why. And when I hit the bottom, everything in my vehicle came forward and crushed me, pinned me in there for like 6 to 8 hours, don't know. My father is the one that found me. This whole accident that resulted in me losing both my legs, 10 million times harder for my family and people that cared about me than it ever could have been for me. I promise you that. So yeah, I had a single vehicle car accident. I was in a coma for 18 days. I lost my right leg and then I broke my neck on vertebra C7. I had acute liver and kidney failure, brain bleeding on both sides, a collapsed lung. I broke my hip. I broke some ribs. I broke my arm. Bunch of nasty stuff, right? Woke up from a coma. Boom. Hey, we had to cut your legs off. All right. Literally, my first thought was, well, that's going to suck for a little while. But I knew I had a four-wheeler and I had a kayak and I had a zero-turn mower. I can exist with no legs. I can make money and I can enjoy the outdoors. The only two things that I really cared about and did, I could still do that. And my girlfriend, before my accident, was still with me. And there you go. What more could you ask for? Like, all right, so life goes on. Maybe not the same as it was before. I didn't think, but life goes on, right? So fast forward. So I was in the hospital for 47 days. By some miracle, my kidney started working. The brain bleeding went away. I lost my legs from compartment syndrome. They all swelled up and everything like that. My kidney started working for some weird reason. They took out the dialysis pick, and 2 days before I was supposed to be discharged from the hospital, boom, blood clot in my jugular vein. Another 3-day stay. So it's 47 days total I was in the hospital. Fast forward 6 months, I got in touch with people down in Oklahoma that run Dream Team Prosthetics, and they have a bilateral workshop for people missing both legs above the knee to learn about everything that is legless life and to get peer mentored by other people who are also missing both their legs. Incredible event. It changed my life. So I went down there 6 months after my accident, left my wheelchair at home, never got back in a wheelchair, right? Through talking to these people, I ended up going down there to get treatment and to get prosthetics, and they put me on stubbies, and I got stubbies, and I started using those, walking, and I started doing odd jobs, and I was still going to school. I was a union pipe fitter apprentice when I wrecked. Yeah, so then I got full-length prosthetics. I learned how to use those. I went back to work as a union pipe fitter, married that girl. We had a kid, and then we had another kid, and then we had 2 more kids. My wife's a stay-at-home mom. I work full-time and do this content stuff and just literally live the greatest existence you could even imagine. I am living my dream life. Oh, I'm an alcoholic too. Alcoholic sometime after my accident. It wasn't like I was trying to deal with depression. I kind of like just drank too much and enjoyed it too much and got to where it was more of a habit. And it was every single day to where I needed to stop. And I did. It was hard. Alcohol was never good for me. I really don't think it's good for anybody. And through all of that, it's just like I am living my dream life after knowing, I like to say this, you don't know how good it feels to stand on level ground unless you know how deep the ditches are. And I've been to the bottom of some freaking ditches, I'll tell you that much. And now I am literally just seeking peace and contentment and living my life the absolute best I can, trying to make good decisions, be a good person, be the best version of myself every single day. My only competition is me yesterday. And I'm just trying to be better than that guy. That's it. I'm on a road to become completely debt-free. I'm trying really, really hard to balance what it's like to have 4 kids that are less than 4 years apart and do my absolute best to be a good husband and take care of my wife and still make content for you guys and take care of all the accounts that I do at work. I work on backup power generators. It's like one of the coolest things ever. I love it. And I got a company vehicle. I don't drive with hand controls. I don't have a wheelchair. I don't have a walker. I don't do anything like that. I wake up in the morning and I put these legs on at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I wear them until like 9 o'clock at night, give or take, 8 o'clock at night, something like that. And then I go to bed, wake up, do it all again. These are my long prosthetics, my tall ones. These are Autobot Genium microprocessor knees. They're phenomenal. They have a driving mode that allows me to drive a car. I have short legs for making goofy, silly content. That's awesome. But these are just like cowboy get up. I have short legs that bolt on the bottom right here that I usually use around the house to hang out with the kids and all of that. So I just make content about my legless life, hashtag limb loss boss, awesome catchphrase and username. I like to say my ego was not stored in my feet because it is still completely there, 110%. I'm a lot more humble about it these days than I was as a cocky young man. But no, I don't really miss my legs because they were connected to an idiot. I live a phenomenal, incredibly rewarding life today without them, and I would not have gotten here with them. I would have had a different perspective. I would have had different trials and tribulations that would have ended differently, and I might have never got sober. I might have never married that girl. I might have never had those beautiful children. A year and a half, 2 years ago, we bought this place. It was my parents' house. My dad built this house 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and we remodeled it while we lived in town and then moved out here, sold that house. I got this shop, Limb Loss Boss headquarters, studio, poured with concrete, insulated. I bought a tractor, side by side. I drive an old Ford Excursion. I'm just living like dream life stuff. I really am, despite like missing both my legs. But at the end of the day, everyone that tries to say that I'm super inspirational and all that, I get it, because it's true. You see somebody that's put up against some really rough circumstances and still manages to come out on top. That's awesome. But at this point, I'm not still fighting. Like, I went through all of the work and now it's just leveled out to be a little harder than normal, but I manage. I get around. I figure it out. I'm an avid outdoorsman. I deer hunt. I shed hunt like crazy, which means I'm out walking in the woods, hiking in terrible terrain where deer go, four-legged animals with hooves. And yeah, it's one of the greatest things ever that I've gotten this far to this point in life. And I'm kind of like an old soul millennial. I was born in 91. I'm an old soul millennial because I grew up with 5 TV channels, dial-up internet that we weren't allowed to use until after 9 o'clock. So I didn't play a lot of video games. I spent time out in the woods, working on little small engines, go-karts, four-wheelers. I loved all of that. And now, at the age of 33, I am advanced in my level of wisdom, financial security, and overall life and presence because I just seek peace. I'm not trying to be extravagant. I'm not trying to go to parties. I'm very, very home oriented. And I really love my peaceful little existence in this world. So that's exactly what I'm trying to share, because this is one of the coolest things ever. I have like 3 and some odd million subscribers, followers across all the platforms. I started mainly on TikTok, but like I can share this with everyone, because if you're missing one leg below knee, 2 legs, 2 legs above knee, an arm, whatever, it's all a different form of adversity that I'm here to show you that it is worth it if you put in the work and dedicate to using your prosthetics and not adaptive devices, because I'm living my dream life. I lost my legs. I got prosthetic legs, and life goes back to normal. So here I am, just standing on level ground. Glad I'm not still down in those trenches. Let's put my shorts on. Oh, yeah, my legs are held on by suction. They have liners. They're super freaking cool. And yeah, so that's it. That's longer than a minute. That's like 10, but I still might post it. Yeah. So, welcome.